What's going on, everyone? In this video I'm going to be talking about how to revive a dead product on Amazon, how to launch something from the grave. So this is an example that I've found. It's got like 300 odd reviews. 2 years ago it was selling really well. Well, this is actually about a year ago. It was selling really well. All of a sudden it's just the sales have fallen off a cliff and it's died. Got a decent rating, good reviews, still making some money, but obviously it was selling over 75 units a day at one point. So why has that happened? Obviously there's a few things pointing out why we might think, but in this video I'm going to go through a step-by-step process of how we can relaunch this back. So I've looked at where it's actually ranking. It's not really ranked for anything. It's poorly ranked for multiple search terms. They're not running any ads, so they're not getting any traffic, therefore they're not getting any sales. So how are we going to get this back to life and scale it up to where it could be? Because it's a popular product. Some of the competitors are doing close to 100k a month in sales, so how are we going to do it? This is what I would suggest. This is the process that I take for my products and the process I take for clients' products, which have basically died. They've sort of lost all momentum, they're not making money, and they're not growing. So step one, we're going to find 5 to 6 products very similar to this one that are already making sales, and we're then going to use those, put them into Helium 10 and get a list of search terms which they're all ranking for and they're making sales for. Key thing here is you want to sort this list by competitor performance, because this is basically how well these products are performing for those search terms. So we want to find those and find the ones that have got the most search volume. Step two, we're going to read through the customers' reviews on these competitor products. What do customers like about them? What do they hate about them? What are the common things that people keep moaning about, which our product actually solves that problem? So you're going to make a list. What do you love? What do they love? What do they hate? This sounds painful and time consuming, and it is. But trust me, if you actually go through this, you'll get results. So step 3, we're going to use that data that we've got. We're going to use the reviews from other competitors. We're going to use what we found from the search volume and the search term database, and we're basically going to revamp the listing. So we're going to revamp the listing on the images and on the text copy and use what people have been moaning about in the images. For example, someone here said, this has a pleasant fragrance, a little goes a long way, however it's sticky and tacky on my skin, which isn't good. Left a 3-star review. How can we overcome that? Here's one that's sort of close. So 90% of people agree skin texture feels instantly moisturized. Arguably they don't feel it sticky. So that, for example, would be a good image that we would then recreate for our product. That's then going to answer the customer's common objections. If they've been looking through Amazon, they've read reviews of other products and they're trying to decide which one they want, they come across this, this one isn't sticky, I'll just go for that. Easy way to make more sales, conversion rate's going to be higher. Step 4. So once we've done that, we're then going to look into our sponsored ads. So I'm going to assume that you were running ads for this product in the past and for whatever reason it wasn't profitable. You struggle to make money, struggle to grow your sales, and it's just died off. But there will be some ads that will have performed better than others. So if you go into your campaign manager, you download sponsored ads report, you're then going to filter through the Excel document, which will look something like this. This is just an example I've pulled off. So you can sort it by sales, so you can see which ads got the most sales and which ads converted the best. So you can see this one here, we did 5,400 quid over 7 days and we converted at 34%. That's a very popular search term with a lot of competition. But as you know, if you've watched some of my other videos, if you're converting well, for a search term, converting better than the competitors, you'll be on page 1 before you know it, and the ad spend will easily be eaten away by the organic sales. What I'm saying is you'll make way more money through organic sales overall. So yes, you want to do this, compare them, and then basically make a list of which ones performed the best. You're then going to set up an exact match ad campaign for those 3 best performing search terms. There's loads of demand on those search terms. These are the ones that customers are searching for 10,000 times a month, and you just want to make sure that yours is the one that you've performed best at in the past. You're then going to make a new campaign with these search terms, exact rank, and put a placement amplifier on there to make sure that you're always shown top of search. Once you've done that and you've launched the campaigns with all your new images, you're going to start split testing. This is by far what no one does on Amazon. They do one set of images, one set of text, one title, and then they just run that for months on end, and they wonder why nothing's changing. Basically, the smallest of changes can make huge results. I've literally moved words around in a title and it's performed better. So you want to start off by split testing your main image, because this is what customers are going to see when they go on the main page with all the products. You want yours to be as eye-catching as possible. You want the title to be enticing enough that they're going to click on it. If you start getting more clicks, as a result, you will obviously make more sales. If no one clicks on the product, you're not going to make any sales. So that's your first point of call. Once you've tested probably 2 or 3 versions of the main image and you've got your title click-through rate performing well, you would then want to move on to your product images and your A+ content. Test different images, test different infographics, and you'll soon see what starts to work well. You can look at competitors for examples, obviously read reviews. What do people love? What do people not love? Start talking about that in your images. What USP? Mention that in your images. So you can see on this little example that I've taken from one of my clients' accounts, we ran a split test over about a week and we got not a huge gain in conversion rate, 0.12%, nearly 200 quid's worth of sales in a week. 200 quid a week spanned over 52 weeks a year. That's a decent improvement in sales. So these are all the little increments that really make the difference. If you start running, say, 4 or 5 tests and make 0.1% gains on each one, before you know it, you're performing better than anyone else, getting a higher return on your ad spend and making more money and taking market share from everyone else. And that is the key. So once we're obviously, this is quite an aggressive strategy. So you're running through and you're going hard, basically. You want to be top of search, you're driving traffic, you're driving sales. So a lot of people will be clicking on your ads and you want to try and retarget them as much as possible, because if someone's clicked, they've shown interest, there's a good sign that we might be able to convince them again to come back and buy. A lot of people with like abandoned cart, retargeting ads, that sort of thing. So 1, we want to retarget the people that have already clicked and shown interest, and 2, we want to retarget people that have purchased in the past. Even if the product's dead now, people from a couple of years ago will have bought it and they've probably left a review. So if we can get them to buy again, that would be great. So we're going to set these up. You want to go into sponsored display, create a new campaign, click on views remarketing, and purchases remarketing. You can then set these up as to suit based on the product. If it's a consumable and it lasts 30 days, retarget them after 30 days. Simple as that. And then this is basically the ongoing strategy. You want to keep going, keep split testing, keep optimizing, changing title, test it, change your main image, test it, change some of the A+ content, test it, add a video, how much improvement has it made? Keep doing this, track where you're ranking using like Helium 10 for example, to see where you're showing up in the search results. Make sure that this continues to climb. If it stops climbing, you start to drop. What's happened? Make changes. This sounds like a lot of work, and it is, but this is the stuff that people don't do, and this is why so many people will launch products on Amazon and they'll fail, or they'll spend too much money on ads and realize they can't make a profit. It is competitive now, so you have to do this sort of thing if you want to win. That's just the reality, unfortunately. So make sure you're doing this. Track your net profit. So I use Sellerboard to do that. I'll leave some links below to the software that I'm using. And yeah, you can, as you can see, this is one of my clients' accounts here. We've gone from literally 2k a month to hitting over 20k a month within 12 months, and this is just the process of iteration improvement, and before you know it, you're making decent money, decent margins, scaling, adding more products, and you're getting very good returns on ad spend. So yes, that sort of sums up the video, to be fair. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a different style than I usually do. If you need any more help, I run a Amazon marketing agency where we basically manage brands' accounts. We help them launch on Amazon, scale up. If they're on Amazon already, we help them improve everything, make more money, etc., etc. I'm also thinking about doing some sort of group, like a free group where we can all join, different brand builders sort of thing. That's what I was thinking of calling it, brand builders, maybe something like that. Basically a group where everyone that's selling on Amazon, doing private label, or got their own e-commerce brands can talk to each other, add content. I'll add exclusive videos and stuff like that. Just an idea, I'm thinking about it. If it's already released, there'll be a link below. If not, just comment and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, guys.